Hi Bhaiya, welcome to our channel. Can you briefly introduce yourself and tell us about your background and experience in open source software development?
Okay, sure. So I'm a final year student right now. Doing my undergrad from NSUT, major in instrumentation and control engineering. I'm proficient in Java, C++, and Kotlin, and have also worked with JavaScript, Golang, and Bash. I have prior work experience as an Android developer, and currently I'm a GSOC contributor at Processing Foundation. I'm also doing my own research work where I'm leading a team of four to make a ML model on emotion recognition using physiological signals. I've been a open source contributor since past 1 year and just love to attend the workshops and meetups. I previously contributed to Giscard, which removes the ML biases from systems. Uh, that's about my open source journey till now.
ओके ओके भैया आपकी कोडिंग जर्नी बताएंगे जरा मीन्स आपने कब से स्टार्ट किया था
Hmm.
वगैरह वगैरह.
Okay, so as soon as I got the result that I've been accepted to the NSUT, so I saw a few YouTube videos of all the bhaiyas and all So, and then came to know about that, yeah, coding is an important part of the engineering life. So I started coding back then. I Back then I had prior experience in C++, like I knew all the basics, and I started working on my DSS skills. As soon as my college started, the you know about the GDSC society, right? Google Developer
या
Students
या.
Club. Yeah, so we have a chapter in our college as well, and they like opened a post for the members to apply. There were various fields like you can apply for Android web developer as a web developer and many more. So I skimmed through all of them and came to know that okay, Android could be my field. I started doing Android development since then, and here we are now.
ओके ओके मीन्स आप जीडीएसी लीड वगैरह थे क्या?
Not exactly lead. I applied for the
नहीं.
lead, didn't got selected. I was a member, and that's about it.
Okay, okay. Could you provide an overview of the project you worked on during GSOC? What was its purpose and what specific contribution did you make?
Mm-hmm. Sure. So I'm a part of the processing foundation right now. So in their Android library, the VR library in their Android, they used Google VR, which has been deprecated since 2019. So all the support has broken since then. Now the Google provides the VR functionalities via Cardboard SDK. So I told them that okay, I'll migrate your Google VR libraries from Google VR to Cardboard SDK. Apart from that, I also said that I would add a AR core functionality of the image markers, which is a part of the Google AR core library. So they gave me a green flag, and since then I'm contributing to it. Uh, Till now, I am almost done with the adding the AR image markers, and will be soon starting with the migrating the VR libraries.
ओके 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 मीन्स आपने भैया कौन से ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में पार्टिसिपेट किया था मीन्स कंट्रीब्यूट किया था?
It was processing foundation.
ओके 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 इफ एनी फ्रेशर्स वांट टू जॉइन मीन्स कंट्रीब्यूट करना चाहता है एनी फ्रेशर्स सो वो
Hmm.
कैसे स्टार्ट करेगा? कुछ बता सकते हैं आप?
Okay. Okay. I am assuming that the fresher hasn't ever contributed to any open source. So I would suggest them to do their first contribution as a document updation or making a document for any organization. See, in open source, everything is done by developers who are willing to do it on like their own willingness. So there is always a lack of documentation. Take an organization, the developers would know ki, okay, what the organization is lacking, what we need to develop, but there won't be the documentation won't ever be up to date. So there is always a need for documentation. So for the newcomers, it is always recommended that you just see their repo and see what all documentation could be added. For example, if there is a new functionality in the recent updates that has been added to the organization, you can just ask them, okay, I want to make the documentation for this part. and they will guide you. Okay, these are the new features, and this has been done, so you can make your documentation like this. And open source organizations and community is very welcoming for newcomers. So you just go to join their Discord server, Discord, Slack, or whatever socials they use, and tell them, okay, I'm a newcomer, I want to contribute to this organization in this way, so please guide me. And they will be welcoming you with open hands.
ओके ओके। क्या आप अपने प्रपोजल के बारे में बता सकते हैं, मीन्स आपने कैसा प्रपोजल बनाया था जो सिलेक्ट हो गया?
Okay, I get that a lot. So, uh, in my proposal getting selected, a major part was played by my mentor, because while making the proposal, I was in direct communication with my mentor, and he told me how to update the proposal, what are the necessities and the necessary key points that I should add to my proposal. For example, you should be very specific about the timeline. If they said that, okay, your timeline would be from 20, for me it was from 29th May to 28th August. So I prepared a like a weekly update. uh, I prepared a weekly timeline. For the first week, I'll do this. For the second week, this, and so on. So it was a very detailed proposal, and I included what was already happening in the organization, like what are the features that are already present, and what all I'll be adding to it, and what all I'll be migrating or deprecating also. So it was a detailed proposal of, I guess, 9 to 10 pages,
ओके।
and that was it about it.
अच्छा, ओके ओके। मीन्स आप बता सकते हैं कि एनी स्पेसिफिक स्किल्स आर रिक्वायर्ड टू कंट्रीब्यूट ऑन जीसॉक?
See, there are no specific skill set, to be quite frank. It totally depends on what you know, what you want to learn, and what all you can learn. Like, you can't ask a fresher who doesn't even know how to code in Java to migrate the VR libraries. That would be like, he would be taking on too much work and won't be able to complete it. But you should, I would say, that deep dive in a particular technology, be it JavaScript, be it Android development, be it web development, or ML, anything that you like. Deep dive in it, learn new things, be open to learning, apply to the open source, be a part of the community, and just take help from mentors. They are always ready to help. I would, though I would suggest that you look up what are the previous issues that are faced by the organization. Like, if you go to the issues tab, you can view there. I did this also. I also did this. I viewed all the past 1 year issues that they faced, and then like jotted out all the things that I could do for during the GSOC period for the organization, and then had a communication via the open discussions with the mentors. कि, okay, I think that this can be done during the GSOC period, and then the
ओके
mentors will guide you कि what would be the most optimal way to contribute to this organization. That, I guess, that would be like the key takeaway for this podcast.
ओके ओके। भैया मीन्स आपने वैसे भी प्रॉब्लम फेस किए होंगे, जैसे मीन्स कभी कभी कोड बेस ही नहीं समझ आता इश्यूज का वगैरह वगैरह?
That happens a lot. ठीक है, when you like contribute to open source organization, 60% part is just understanding what has already been done.
हाँ।
Rest 40% is your part where you add to the organization, but most of the time goes in key what has already been done. Okay, and I did face a lot of challenges. Like, मेरे को project setup करने में ही almost, I guess, 3 weeks लगे थे. And during
ओके
because the for processing foundation, the documentation is there, but still it is a very complex work to just set it up on your system. So I would be like messaging my mentor every 2 days ki, okay, now this is broken down, now this is broken down, now this is not working. And he was very supportive about it ki, okay, this happened to me as well 2 years back when I started contributing to the organization. So don't be upset about it. It's just a like, it's just a walk that you have to make. It's a hard path, you just have to go through it once.
नहीं वो कोड बेस का प्रॉब्लम मैं भी अभी भी फेस कर रहा था, इसलिए मैंने बोला पूछ लेता आपसे।
It happens all the time. See, it happens all the time. Whenever you like take up anything new, you out to face problems. If you are not facing problems, you are doing something wrong. Okay. If you are facing problems, you are on the right track. Just understand that.
ओके ओके ओके। आपके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बताएंगे कि हम राइट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैसे चूज कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि राइट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज अ बिग टास्क टू चूज इट। कुछ
Okay,
टिप्स बताएंगे
so
आप?
please like be more specific. What do you mean by right organization here?
हम्म,
Like, do you mean a more popular organization, or what do you mean by a right organization? Be more specific here.
ओके। अच्छा अच्छा। मीन्स फिर भी बताएंगे कि मीन्स कुछ टिप्स तो दे ही सकते हैं आप, मीन्स कैसे एज अ फ्रेशर कोई चूज कर सकता है राइट
Okay.
ऑर्गेनाइजेशन।
See, I believe that there is no right organization. I could tell you how to start your contributing journey to find the first organization. Okay, so just go to uh, I would say just go to GitHub. Okay, there is a search tab there. Just search whatever language or technology that you are proficient with. You can search that language, and you will get to know about the issues that are present there. Or if you are interested in one particular organization, say that you go to the GSOC page, you search your technology there, say that you are proficient in Java, you select the Java tab, and there the organizations pop up. Just go to their GitHub repo, see the issues that are present, and see if you can contribute to it. Every organization is the right organization if you can contribute to it. Okay, so just skim through a few. I skimmed through around 10 organizations before I found
10
that
और?
okay, huh, before I found that okay, Processing Foundation is one where I can really contribute to it. The other
अच्छा।
organizations had issues which were a bit complex for me back then. Maybe I can resolve them now, but being a fresher, they were like I started around 1 year before. So back then, they seemed a bit too complex for me to start with. So I did this as well. I just went to the GSOC page, saw all the previous organizations that participated a year back, and went through them one by one, their GitHub repo one by one, looking through the issues, and saw okay, yeah, I can't contribute to this one as well, not this one, not this one, not this one. And eventually, I guess on the 10th or 11th organization was Processing Foundation, and I saw okay, they had beginner friendly issues which I can help with, and I started with that.
ओके ओके। आपने कौन से लैंग्वेज का हेल्प लेके मीन्स कोड बेस समझा या वगैरह?
The Processing
प्रोसेसिंग मैनेज।
Foundation specifically is coded in Java, the
अच्छा।
Android part. Hmm. So I did that. By the way, I see, being a fresher, you might not know this, but as you start working around now, you get proficiency with C++, Java, JavaScript, and even if you like start like devrel or something like that, you will learn golang as well. And if you do android, then you will learn dart or kotlin. So you don't need to emphasize on a language much now. You just need to learn everything that comes your way, and eventually you will see that okay, you will be coding in maybe multiple languages at one time. You will be proficient in 5 to 6 languages and using maybe 4 to 5 of them per day. So language is not a barrier. It's just like we use Hindi and English, and maybe someone knows Punjabi as well. So if someone knows all three, they would be using all three in one sentence. Even now we don't either use English or Hindi. We use Hinglish, which is a mixture of both. Same goes with the technology and stuff.
ओके ओके। मीन्स आपने कितने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में प्रपोजल डाला था? मीन्स मैक्स हम 3 डाल सकते हैं, तो फिर आपका
हाँ.
कंट्रीब्यूशन कितने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कितना था?
Okay. Most people put up three proposals. I just put all my eggs in one basket. I put up one proposal for the processing foundation.
ओके ओके, इट्स क्वाइट गुड, एक ही ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में.
This was the first time I was like giving a proposal. It was my first time get trying to be a contributor at GSOC, and luckily I got selected. So maybe I could have
And
failed. Then I would have posted three proposals next year. But it was my first time, so I got lucky, I
मीन्स,
would say.
ओके, मीन्स आपने सेकंड ईयर में ही कंट्रीब्यूट करना चालू किया, मीन्स सेकंड ईयर से ही किया था क्या?
It somewhere around September last year, I started contributing to Giscard first. Giscard is another organization that I started with. I would say that it is my parent organization. From there, I got to know about okay, what power open source community holds, and it was a great organization. You can check it out. I had never contributed you to an organization using the Vue or React JS, and they had issues with it. So I learned it back then and then contributed. So it is always a learning curve for us. And when the GSOC organizations rolled out, so I skimmed through them, got to know about Processing Foundation in I guess Feb this year, and then I started contributing to Processing Foundation as well.
ओके ओके, द मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल स्किल्स आपने गेन किया होगा इस एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ जीसॉक से, और
Hmm.
हाउ इट इट हैज इम्पैक्टेड योर पर्सनल और प्रोफेशनल ग्रोथ?
Okay, that's a tricky question. So, I would say that it has boosted my confidence, and I got to know about the how to contribute to VR and AR libraries, how to use the Google VR and AR libraries. And to be frank, with the Apple VR rolling out, I can confidently say that the VR and AR would be a prominent technology in the coming years. So I'm confident that I'll be relevant in the years to come. And I guess that's it about it.
ओके ओके, मीन्स मेरे माइंड में क्वेश्चन है कि मीन्स अपने को कितने कंट्रीब्यूशंस करने चाहिए कि वो जीसॉक क्रैक हो जाए, क्या आप बता सकते हैं?
Uh, there is no specific number. I know people who are contributing since past 3 years to the open source community, and they are like giving proposals to. They have been trying to do GSOC for the past 3 years and yet to be selected. And there was me who just started maybe 6 months back and got selected for GSOC. So there is, I would say that no such criteria that this many contributions you have to make or this many issues you have to solve. I guess it all comes down to what the organization needs at that point of time. See, if
ओके
there is someone who has been contributing for the past 10 years, and he says you are an organization, and he says ki, okay Gagan, I'll teach you 11th class maths. So maybe he's a tutor for the past 10 years, but it is not relevant to you. And maybe I have started 6 months back, but I'll tell you ki, okay, I'll tell you a bit about open source contribution. So it is highly likely that you will come to me because I am providing to you what you need at the moment. It is irrelevant how many years you have been contributing to it. You can always learn while doing it. That's how I do it. I just take up any project, and I maybe I know if I know like 20% of it, I just take up the project and learn the rest of the 80% while doing it.
ओके ओके ओके, also, did you face any communication or coordination challenge with the other contributors or mentors? मीन्स कभी ऐसा हुआ होगा आपके साथ कि रिप्लाई नहीं आया, आपने इशू डाला, उनको असाइन किया, बट वैसे भी
Uh,
हो सकता है.
Okay, for me, that has never happened before. The mentors are like there is a seamless communication with the mentors,
Hmm.
and for the other contributors, we have separate the Google itself makes separate groups, Telegram channels, and Discord servers as well for the GSO contributors to chat openly with each other. So we have Telegram channels with where there are all the GSOC contributors who are contributing to any organization in 2023. I communicated with all of them. I got to know many of them. I requested them to join my LinkedIn profile and all. So there has never been a communication gap. And to be quite frank, the gap appears only when you are holding back. If you are like if you are active in the groups, if you are active in the communication channels, then there is hardly any communication gap.
ओके ओके। और मीन्स आप बता सकते हैं कि जीसॉक जैसे कोई ओपन सोर्स पार्टी मीन्स ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस और क्या बोल सकते हैं अपन
uh,
जैसे
mhm.
यहाँ
I guess,
कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं वैसे।
see, I personally haven't contributed as I'm fairly new to the open source community, to be quite frank. But there are many like programs. Microsoft has one.
प्रोग्राम्स।
Uh, Microsoft has one. Google has one, and there are many programs. I forgot the names right now, but there are YouTube channels like Kunal Kushwaha has a great YouTube channel, and they actively post about such programs and any opportunity that comes up. I too follow Kunal Kushwaha. I would recommend any fresher who is just starting with it to just go and look up his channel to know about all the programs that are there, and they can start their learning journey from there. Everything is available on YouTube. You can just search it over there.
ओके ओके। कुणाल खुशा वो भी आपके कॉलेज से थे ना शायद, निशान चार
No,
वगैरह
हाँ, Nishan Chahar is from my college. Kunal Kushwaha, I guess he was from Maharaja Surajmal. Maybe, could be I am wrong, but maybe he was from there.
आर यू फ्रॉम दिल्ली नो?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, okay. What advice would you give to the aspiring open source contributors, those considering participating in GSOC?
Okay. The word aspirant is a bit tricky. Okay. So those who want to start with open source contribution, I would just say that it is a vast sea. Just jump into it, find your own niche, and start contributing. See, there is no end to it when you want to contribute to some organization. There are, like I said, there are documentations. Okay, there could be like there is already a documentation present. You can just go there, and if you see that there is like any error over there, or they have, suppose there is a documentation about setting up the project, but with the recent updation, that documentation is no more valid. So you can update that documentation, or you can write your own documentation from scratch and just uh, post a like pull request for it to the community and ask for their input as well. You can contribute to it using various technologies, be it web dev or Android dev, based on the organizations. And there are millions and millions of organizations that are present. So there is no end to it when you want to contribute. Okay, there is always something open for you to contribute to. Even if you do not know the technology, at least you know basic English, right? So
Hmm.
you can even help them to make the documentation for translation. You can even translate the existing document into your language. Say there is a documentation present in English, you can translate it to Hindi or some other language that you know. So there is never a barrier that stops you from contributing to organizations. Okay, you just have to dive into it and start doing it. That's all. It's just a mental barrier that's present. There is no other thing. There is no other barrier for it.
Okay, okay. Could you tell about your ongoing involvement in any project you are working upon?
Okay, to be quite frank, I cannot right now. It is a bit. I want to be a bit. Okay, we are talking about my personal project, right?
Hmm.
Apart from the GSOC.
हाँ ठीक है, बोल बता दो।
Uh, uh, okay, we are trying to come up with a ML model that could tell how you are feeling based on your physiological signals. Your physiological signals are like your heart rate and your BP and your breathing rate, and all that. All those come under your physiological signals. So using that, we are trying to make a ML model which can recognize how you are feeling, whether it's sad, excited, happy, or anything like that. And it's a research work that has not been done till now, and we are trying to make the model. We have achieved around 90% accuracy till now, and soon be publishing a paper regarding that. And I have plans to make a app from it and maybe publish it on the for the everyday wearables, but that is yet a future plan. So that's it about my personal project that I'm working on right now.
It's personal or any group project?
uh, I'm leading a team of 4 for it. There
Okay,
I
okay.
have I have kind of, no, it's a group, you would say, that I've assigned them tasks and they are doing it, so that's it.
ओके ओके। आपकी मीन्स कोडिंग जर्नी में आपने डीए से फर्स्ट ईयर से ही चालू किया था क्या?
You could say that. You could say that. I started with CPI. Like, I tried to explore everything that was there in my first year. I tried my hands on web development. I tried CPI. I tried Android development. मैंने थोड़ा सा cloud computing भी try करी थी. I tried DevOps as well. ML I never did because I didn't want to learn Python back then. So I do suggest everyone to just like try everything before you deep dive into one. Say you are in your first semester and you just start to learn web development and deep dive in it and try to learn everything about web development. Then there could be a point that you feel like, okay, web development is not for you, and you come to know that you have invested 4 to 5 months on it, and now you try to learn some new technology. So instead of doing that, I would suggest everyone to just learn every technology for 2 weeks, and
ओके
then see which technology you are most proficient with, or which one you like the most, and then deep dive into it. So that would be my suggestion to all.
ओके। आपके इंटरेस्ट बता सकते हैं और स्पेसिफिक एरिया और टेक्नोलॉजी आर यू पैशनेट अबाउट?
uh, I'm quite passionate about Android development, the native Android development to be quite specific. I kind of hate the cross platform, though it's good for publishing your apps, but like the feel that the native development gives, it's far from the cross platform ones. And
ओके ओके
I believe that there is no specific technology that I'm like crazy about. It's just that whatever project I'm working on, I'll know it from one end to the other, and just contribute to it and make sure that the project delivers whatever has been offered by me.
ओके ओके। सो थैंक्स भैया फॉर कमिंग हियर एंड शेयरिंग योर वंडरफुल जर्नी। प्लीज
Mhm.
कनेक्ट विद भैया एंड I will share your LinkedIn profile
Okay, yeah,
in
sure.
my description box.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.